Hey guys, what's good, and welcome to another episode of the Nigerian Nerd. This week we are reviewing a pretty game I've been playing on the Epic Games Store called The Cycle. I hope you guys enjoy the content. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. So yeah, without wasting any of your time, let's get right into it. So what exactly is The Cycle? Let me start with the story. So The Cycle is set in the future. Humanity has learned to travel the far reaches of the galaxy, and they found a planet, literal paradise, called Fortuna 3. Now, we were on that planet for a while, harvesting its resources, doing all this good stuff, but then eventually something happened. There was this chaotic storm in the sky, and all our settlements on the planet got destroyed. So now what happens is that over time we've observed this planet, and we now know that it operates in cycles. The storm comes, the storm goes. So when the storm is away, we send in people called prospectors. Prospectors are basically like bounty hunters, or like what you might call contractors, to the surface of the planet to go carry out contracts, and then as the storm approaches, everyone evacuates. So that's where the name The Cycle comes. The cycle of the storm coming, the cycle of the storm dissipating, and then humans carrying out their activities in between. Straightforward enough, right? But to be honest, you're not playing this game for the story. You're playing this game for its gameplay. So how does it hold in the gameplay department? So, gameplay. The gameplay of The Cycle is very unique to me. And for this to make sense, we have to understand what PVE is and what PVP is. Now, PVE means player versus everyone. That is, players are dropped on the arena, they have to fight computer-based enemies, and then they progress based on how many of them they can destroy. You see that in games like Diablo and whatnot. Now, PvP is player versus player, and player versus player is what you see in games like PUBG and Fortnite, where all the players are dropped in the arena, they have to kill each other, and then whoever kills every one of the most people wins. Straightforward enough, right? Alright, now what The Cycle does is that it merges PvE versus PvP and puts everything in the Battle Royale genre. So you're fighting monsters, you're fighting other prospectors, and then the people, you're also trying to complete contracts. And the contracts, the person who completes the most contracts at the end of the day and who gets the most kills gets the most amount of points. The more points you have by the end of the game determines who the winner is at the end of the day. This game, right, what they've done, what appeals to me and why I play it as religiously as I do right now in the lockdown, is that you can choose to play this game solely as PvP. In other words, you're hunting down other players and you're killing them, or you can choose to play it as PvE, farming monsters, using that to buy stronger weapons and move forward. And at the end of the day, the winner isn't determined by who has gotten the most kills. No, the winner is determined by who has completed the most contracts. Like my strategy right now, right? I would describe it as an opportunist. I'm just basically hovering around the map, hunting down monsters, completing contracts. And if I see a prospector completing a contract, and maybe you're doing a mining contract and you're not protecting your mine, I'll just go steal what you've mined and move forward. I get the points, you don't, even though you've done all the work. And I do this because my aim is not the best. I haven't played first-person shooters in years. Last first-person shooter I played was Overwatch. So now, because I can't rely on myself to fight and win, I just take opportunities around the map, and I've won games, gotten first place in games because of that. So gameplay-wise, it's intriguing to me because you can play the game however you want to play it. There are numerous ways to approach it, and it's your gameplay expression is just, it's vast. You can do whatever you want to do. By the time you couple in the different factions, the different skills you learn, and the character development tree, the game just opens up beautifully. So the next thing I like to talk on is the presentation. In other words, how good does this game look? To be fair, it's not the prettiest looking game out there. I won't even lie. It's reminiscent of the same designs that you see in games like Fortnite, the really cartoonish, exaggerated characters. But this is done for a reason. It's done so that lower end computers can still run it. A game like this's enjoyability is dependent on how many people are playing at any given point in time, because you want to play with other people. It's a multiplayer shooter, so you need more people on the server to play. And how do you get more people to play? You reduce the specifications required by the computers or the systems required to run it. I don't care much about how it looks. I don't mind the cartoonish design. It still speaks to me. I still enjoy the game. So presentation wise, it's not the prettiest looking game out there, but it's still very enjoyable. So What is my verdict? If I was to give this game a rating out of 10, I would probably give it a solid 8 at the moment. And it's still in early access. New features are being rolled out every month. And I love playing games in early access because I really hate that feeling of joining a multiplayer game. Like this happened to me with League of Legends. I came in when the game was like 7 years out. So there are people that have played, they played thousands of hours and you can't compete with them. So you're just going, you're coming in as a noob, you're learning, you're getting insulted, you're really toxic environment. But in this case, it's still fresh, it's still new. Everyone is still learning. There are people that are far better than others, but it's fun. It's a really fun game. I give it, if I was to give it a rating up out of 10, no, if I was to rate it with jollof rice, I would give it 4.5 plates of really well done jollof rice. And I would recommend it especially for Nigerian gamers simply because it fits into every single category that we touched on in the first episode of the Nigerian Nerd, which is 1, accessibility through internet. In other words, our infrastructure can run it well. I rarely have lag spikes when I play this game. It runs really smoothly. And 2, most systems here, most computers can run it without issue. I play it on Glo. I don't even play it on like a proper ISP or like broadband in my house or anything. I just have a Glo modem. It should be somewhere on this desk right now. And I play it without issue. So I recommend Nigerian gamers to hop on this. I'm gonna put my gamer tag on the screen. Add me up, let's play some games together. Alright guys, I tried to make this review as quick and as fast as possible. I hope this style flows a little better. Let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. The Nigerian Nerd, yo. See you guys again soon. Peace.